Hey guys, I'm Paul from Contract Renovation to Custom Homes and the host of The Art of Renovation. Today I want to talk to you about intelligent island design, and this is a great example of that. So many people ask us to help design their kitchens and they want to incorporate an island into their layout. And one thing to consider is how does that island impact your space? Often it becomes a great feature and a very useful part of your cabinetry and your layout, but sometimes it can also constrict the area and make it feel small. In this case, it's a great example of smart use of an island. So here we had a relatively small kitchen area and incorporated quite a nice long island, which gave a lot of room to work for cooking and food prep, but we also incorporated a widened area here to have some seating at the end. So it's great where you kind of have a combination of uses out of the space where it's prep area and a spot to host and be able to actually eat as well. So don't be afraid of doing a bit of a jog in your countertop. That can really create some great useful space for seating. Another great thing to consider here is how the narrower space on the back side of the sink area provides for more room on the opposite side for their nook and another kind of a sitting and eating area as well. So consider the shape of your island and how that might impact the flow of the kitchen overall. One thing to consider as well is the amount of clearance you have between your countertops. So you can see here there's lots of room here between the range side of the kitchen and the island, and that's key. You should have a minimum of 40 inches. Well, that's considered the ideal clearance, 36 to 40, 44. If you go too wide though, then you have an extra step to take as you instead of pivoting to turn and reach your work surface on the island, you have to take a step. So consider that. But the worst thing to do is make it too tight. It feels constricted and makes it very much hard for people to flow through the kitchen. If someone's accessing the fridge, you can't get by while you're using the sink. That creates a pinch point. Nobody likes that. It's detrimental to the overall design. Also consider your island color, how it ties in with the balance of your cabinetry. In this case, we have a two-tone cabinet design. So in this case, we tied it in nicely and it grounds the island and really lets it become a feature as far as the countertop and the useful space around it. Consider also the storage within the island space. So here we have some nice large drawers, which is great for storage and for access across from the range. We also have the microwave built into this island. It puts it a bit lower and easy to access for everybody, whether it's adults or kids, and also gets it off your counter space to give you more useful area if you do have a limited amount of available counter space in your kitchen. We also have a beautiful undermounted sink, and this faucet is gorgeous, and it really helps to be that kind of crown jewel on the island. So think about what you do for design features and how it impacts the overall look within your space. Right? If you have any questions for us about how to help design your kitchen island, please do reach out. You can leave some questions in the comments below. I'm Paul from The Art of Renovation. Don't forget to like or subscribe to our channels.